Welcome again. I'm Ted Leitner. It has been my privilege to be doing play-by-play of San Diego State football and basketball since 1978. Whew. Whoa. brown hair, one marriage. It's incredible. It's been incredible. It's been a marvelous run. And I was there as the master ceremonies. Mr. Wise asked me to do the first one in 1988 when we had a whole slew of inductees that day. We have a very short program, very few inductees today. Short, yet brief. We'll be fine. The other one was just like all night long. Middle of the program, I went back out, I shaved, came back in. No, we continued the program. It was incredible, just incredible. So welcome to the induction ceremonies for this year. May I share, there's no children here. May I share with you a marvelous moment in broadcast history with the San Diego Padres? In September, after Greg Maddux had been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, I had him on the air live during a Padre game in September. And I asked him, hey, doggy, gee whiz, you get inducted in the Hall of Fame? And before that, the Braves retired your number, the Cubs retired your number. Man, you're living large. And live on the Padre broadcast, doggy says, well, you know, I've been doing this shit for 25 years. And he told me later, I didn't hear myself say it, but when I looked at you, I saw the blood drain from your face. And it reminded me of one of the really, really great moments in radio before there was television and there was no videotape, there was no audio tape. You did all the radio shows back in the 40s and 30s live, and all the commercials were live. So Wheaties hired Babe Ruth to do their commercial for Wheaties because they'd come up with a recipe on the side of the box that you could make cookies out of the Wheaties, and they were trying to sell that to kids. So they had Babe Ruth in the studio at NBC on what they call the Red Network. In fact, they had the Red Network at NBC Radio. The Blue Network became ABC. Little broadcast history. And he's practicing all day long. And every time he gets to cookies, he says cookies. So listen, kids, this is the old Bambino. And when you're going to have your mom make these cookies, babe, cut. You keep saying cookies. It's cookies. Cookie. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So this goes on for about a half hour. Then they go live later that night on radio across the nation. And here is Babe Ruth for Wheaties. Hi, this is the Bambino. I want to tell you, kids, if you want some breakfast cereal, that's going to be great to have those Wheaties. But also you can look on the side of the box and have your mom make these cookies. And he says on the air live, son of a bitch, I said cookies again. Perfect. Perfect. It was live. It ain't coming back. It's out there, and it ain't coming back. It's a great week, like I said. Basketball Tuesday, Thursday, the 16th rated team in the nation. I've called my shrink. I've talked to him. The boys will shoot. They'll be fine. Tell me the boys will shoot, and they'll be fine. Okay, thanks. Because I tell you what, Steve Fisher told me that the Tuesday game against Utah, I know they couldn't make a basket. They couldn't make a basket last night, but by God, they're 3-0. And Fish told me Tuesday against Utah, his team defended maybe better than any team he's ever coached in any game in his life. The Fab Five at Michigan, San Diego State, and all these years in year number 16, these boys are old school. They get in your face. They play tough, and they defend, and that's a lost art these days. And so I think, indeed, they will be fine. But some of those shots, wow. It reminded me when Manute Bol, remember the 7'7" kid from the Sudan, was playing and with the 76ers with Charles Barkley, and he did an interview, and the big legend was that in the Sudan, Manute had killed a lion. And he was doing this interview on that subject, and walking by was Charles Barkley when Manute was asked, is it true that you killed a lion? And before he could answer, Charles Barkley said, yeah, he hit him with one of his free throws. And I don't know why, but I've been thinking of that during the broadcast, Tuesday and Thursday, for my Aztecs. I mentioned it's a great time to be an Aztec, and this man has been in charge of this amazing run with golf and men's soccer and women's soccer and football and bowl games, 4 consecutive years. That has never happened. Only Stanford and San Diego State have been in bowl games in California 4 consecutive years. NCAAs, yes, indeed. 4 consecutive years, 5 consecutive years of NCAA basketball in the NCAAs. 2 of them are Sweet 16s. He has been in charge of this, and it's been probably the greatest, I believe, run in the history of Aztec athletics, and he had the good sense, not just a good administrator, but great common sense to rehire Steve Fisher yesterday and give him a new contract. Here's Director of Athletics, Jim Thurk.
Yeah, like that was a no-brainer. I mean, are you crazy? But thanks, Ted. You know, it's a very special day for us to be here with our inductees and all the families and our staff and coaches that could come back. I saw Ted there and Coach Claude over there. I mean, great to have them here. We have a lot to celebrate, and with being athletics director, there's a lot of things thrown at your way day in and day out. But when you walk through that day, when I walked through today and opened those doors in that reception area, there was tremendous energy, and people were having a great time. Some of you hadn't seen each other in a long time. That's what it's all about, and it's friendships and building lasting relationships, and we really care about that. This is an important time for us to recognize Shayla and Kyle and Pete and Stephen and Kirk for all you did and all the successes and achievements you've had. It is a great day, and I want to congratulate you. Dennis, thanks for starting this 27 years ago. He told me there was a 2-year hiatus, but this is the 25th and a very, very special time. And our staff for putting this on. They do a great job, and I get to be in front, but they are the ones that are doing all the heavy lifting and doing all the hard work. But I look forward to hearing from the inductees, and for me, it'll be 5 years in February, but for me, each time I come to these Hall of Fames, I get to learn more about the history, and all of you were really, really a part of building the foundation. And what we're doing right now, it's a huge factor in what we're able to do right now. And I can tell you our future is very, very bright at San Diego State. As Ted said, we're winning championships, and it's a great place to go compete, win championships, and get a great degree from a great institution. Our current programs are thriving. Academically, our student athletes are competing in the classroom where 78,000 this past year, 78,000 applicants tried to get in to be a freshman at San Diego State. And this year it's going to be higher than that. They think I've been in a meeting with the president's cabinet, and they said, if athletics, a bowl win, Sweet 16, we could hit 100,000 applicants this next year if we do that. So they understand that athletics is a part of that we help build the program. But we're just a piece of it, and there's a lot of great work going on, and our student athletes are achieving at a high level. We had 317 that were recognized of our 500 that were recognized at our Scholar Athlete Banquet, and they're majoring in 67 different areas of study, the highest being kinesiology with 12% of them. So it's not just in one concentrated area. And championships, the last 2 years, and the start of this year, we've won 21 championships with the sports, and as Ted said, one of 5 schools in the country to play in 4 straight bowls and 5 straight NCAA appearances. We've had 5 different teams since 2010 reach a top 10 status, not just regionally, nationally, and along with some national championships in track and field with Shanika Thomas and Whitney Ashley. This year's women's soccer just won 2 up there on the 2 championships on the sports deck, and it's a start of another great year. So we have our sights set on each of our programs reaching top 25 status, and we can't do it without the history and the support of all of you that are a part of Aztec, the Aztec Nation over time, and I just appreciate all you've done. We continue to raise money for scholarships. It keeps going up. This year it was 7.4. With the cost of education stuff that you're hearing and cost of attendance, it could be around 8.4 next year. So continued challenge, but we've raised $2 million more than 5 years ago on our annual fund. We're raising $4.5 million. This year we have our sights set at $5 million. So a big thank you to all of you that are alumni, friends of the the program and all of you that contributed to this program over the years, and just another congratulations to all you inductees. It'll be fun to hear the stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim. 21 championships in the last 2 years that Jim mentioned. That's 10 more than second place New Mexico. It is a good time. Like I said, it is a great time for you Aztecs for life. Got a football game, as you know, tonight. Don't blame Jim for these Friday games. That's all television. They don't get $20 million, per school like in the Pac-12 and the Big 12. They got to get what they can get and play when television tells them to play. And I shouldn't be biting the hand that feeds me, because I had a marvelous living from television here in San Diego for many, many years. But the great radio comedian Fred Allen once said that television, you know why they call it a medium? Because he said it's almost never rare, and God knows it's never well done. That's why they call it a medium. And he said you could take the creativity of a television executive and put it in a flea's navel, and you'd still have room in there for a network vice president's heart. Kirk will like that one. Mr. Television over there. Our first inductee, first to be presented, 4 years in track and field, champion, All-American, indoor, outdoor. And our congratulations for the first inductee, Shayla Balentine.
During her 4-year career at San Diego State, Shayla Balentine soared above the competition. An NCAA All-American and NCAA National Runner-Up in the pole vault in 2005, she left San Diego State and the Mountain West as the record holder in both the indoor and outdoor pole vault. Balentine was a 4-time Mountain West champion, twice each in indoor and outdoor, and her marks are still good enough for second outdoor and tied for third indoor on the program's all-time list. She also earned Co-Outstanding Performance Awards at the 2005 Indoor Mountain West Championship meet and was a 3-time Mountain West Athlete of the Week. Shayla Balentine, a member of the 2014 Aztec Hall of Fame.
Presenting to Shayla her former coach, Rich Fox, now pole vault coach at San Diego State.
Thank you. I'd like to take you back 10 years to March 25th, 2005. It's the 62nd running of the Florida Relays at the University of Florida. As a typical Florida day, the Hurricanes came in at noon. We were warming up. It was 11 a.m. There was 33 athletes in the pole vault that were going to compete that day. The hurricane hit, canceled the meet. We had just flown 3,000 miles. I was there with Kristen Shibley, Monica Packus, our head coach, Jennifer Nanista, Shayla Balentine. She's like, no, we're going to compete. Go talk to the other coaches. Tell them we're going to stay here and we're going to compete. I said, okay. So I went and talked to the Florida coach and the Michigan coach and the Georgia coach and several other SECs and Big Ten and said, hey, we're going to wait here until this thing clears up. Okay, let's do it. I mean, they can cancel the rest of the meet, but we're gonna make this happen for us. 10 hours later, 10 p.m. at night, the skies opened up, dried up, and we warmed up and started the competition. 33 athletes were competing. 2 hours and 30 minutes later, about 12:30 at night, they turned the lights on for us. They were very nice. They were the Gators. Shayla was in competition with 3 other athletes, one from Florida, one from Michigan, one from Georgia. And it was quite a battle. They'd taken many jumps. The fatigue had set in. And then it was down to 2. It was Shayla and a gal from the University of Georgia. They had to jump off. They're competing. I'm there. How the Gator Stadium set up is we're about 10 feet up, set back on a platform, and I'm running messages in through my other 2 athletes that were done, Kristen and Monica. Hey, adjust your hand grip here, adjust the standards, and adjust your step here, move to this pole there. I'm with Jennifer Nanista, and we're talking, and we can see the fatigue starting to set in. So as the two of them are battling it out, they've tied, they're doing a jump off at this time. I say, I got to go down there. I need to find out where her mindset is. I need to know, because there is death involved in the pole vault. It does happen, right? So I have to be conscientious. We don't want anything coming back like that. So I walk down there and I talk to her. She's at the end of the runway. She's getting ready. And I say, Shayla, where are you at? Where's your mindset? She says, Fox. She drops coach when we're talking serious. She goes, Fox, you and Nista, you have me running up that hill, Montezuma, all fall. You have me down in the pit, running up and down those stairs, all fall. You flew me out here 3,000 miles. You got me jumping at 12:30 at night. I'm going to win this thing. I'm an Aztec. Let's bring it. Give me the biggest pole we've got. I'm going to win this. Well, I figured out where her mindset was. So we gave her that pole, and she jumped a fantastic bar. She cleared it. That jump right there set the Mountain West, well, set the San Diego State school record, set the Mountain West Conference record, put her into the NCAA championships, moved her on. It was a significant time, and it was a significant day because it set the tone. She went on, of course, that year to Sacramento and battled with the top 17 athletes, top 17 programs in the nation, and tied, again, for first place with a tie-breaking system jump off. She ended up being runner-up. She set the foundation. She set the message that her teammates were able to carry on. From that meet, is an interesting note, one of the University of Florida gals transferred to our school, ended up being an all-Mountain West Conference athlete. We ended up signing several athletes because of Shayla. I can tell you that they called and said, I want to be part of this program. So I would like to introduce to you our Aztec for life, Shayla Balentine.
Because most of people don't really know much about pole vaulting. It's not necessarily a famous thing. But yeah, isn't this thing crazy? So this is my PR. I've jumped this whole thing, my little body. I wanted to stand it up, but we can't in this room. It's 14, 1 1/4. So pretty awesome. Me and this stick accomplished this. I'm standing in front of you right now because of me and this pole. So it's pretty rad. I'll just leave it down here. Thanks to Fox, the track's right there. It was an easy thing to bring. So just want to say thank you very much for that introduction. I remember that night very well. It's so neat to be back here. It's been 8 years since I have graduated. So it's really fun to come back. I live in Central California, San Luis Obispo, Cal Poly area, if you guys know that. So it's really fun to come all the way back to San Diego and see a lot of familiar faces and just all that support and all the people that put all this together. Thank you so much. So I'm going to just try to kind of say some stories here. A little background about how I even started pole vault, or before that, is a little nervous. I don't do this often, obviously. I ran track and field in high school at Little Morro Bay High, and one day how I got into it at Morro Bay High, is I was in PE class, and Coach Andre was the coach, and I just tried out for long jump. You know how you have little sections, and I tried long jump, and I guess I jumped really well. He went and told the track coach that, hey, you might want to go check out this girl. So I was in English class, and this track coach pulls me out, and I think I'm in trouble, and I'm not. I'm just getting offered to try out for the track team. So I go and I try out for the track team. I'm doing it my freshman year to my junior year. And then the pole vault coach always wanted me to come out and try the pole vault, but I thought they were crazy because most people would think that running with the stick and bending it is just a little crazy. But we tried it. I tried it, and I got addicted to it. And one thing led to another. Within 14 months or 13 months, I went from 0 to 13.8, breaking the national high school record, and getting recruited to go to all these colleges. And I mean, wow, I come from a single mom family, an only child, so I didn't know necessarily that college was in my future. So to get this opportunity all of a sudden out of nowhere was just amazing, and San Diego State hooked it up. It was really good. I got really well taken care of, and I think I'm really grateful for a lot of things because, you know, if you don't have much, you know, you appreciate the little things a little more. But so that's kind of my story. It's just every little encounter made a difference. Like Coach Andre finding me and telling the track coach pulling me out and getting me to join track. And it was all these little things. And then once I started pole vaulting, there's a great pole vault coach that's really close by us named Jan Johnson. If you know anything about pole vaulting, you totally know his name. But I could train with him, and he got me really good really fast. And so thanks to all these little small encounters, I'm here right now, standing in front of you, and I'm honored to be here today. Thank you so much. But basically, just you never know who you can affect with just something. You know, if you inspire somebody in a little way or ask them to try something or anything like that, it's just really neat because it all kind of falls together in its own little way. You find your way. So thank you. I'm honored and I'm very blessed to be here today. I want to obviously do the thanks. I want to thank my mom. She's my everything. Oh my gosh, couldn't have done it without Mom. And my family, that's all at the table. Dee, don't cry. And of course, my awesome coach who hung in there with me. I was definitely difficult, feisty one. So thank you for hanging in there with me, Fox. And it's really beautiful. I just got married. It's beautiful to share this with my husband, this chapter of life. This is the chapter of my life I love to go back to. So it's really exciting and all that jazz. So oh, and I'm honored, Steven Strasberg. What? This is so cool. I'm like, okay, he's like in it still. I'm hung up my shoes a long time ago. And then Kurt Morrison, oh man, we went to school together. We're the same year, so that guy's just rad. And I'm sorry I don't know the other gentleman too well, but I'm very proud. We obviously all accomplished something really neat together. So hey, let's continue the Aztec legacy. Woohoo! Okay.
Gonna take a picture? Shayla brought her pole at all-time first. An all-time Aztec Hall of Fame first. It was show and tell. I had no idea. I didn't bring a damn thing. That's awesome. I know. That was an awesome idea. That was perfect. That was perfect. Never leaves home without it. Congratulations, Shayla. Well done.